Collective input procurement. In the early days of farmer producer organizations, much of the attention and indeed much of the public imagination was captured by stories of successful collective marketing, tales of farmers negotiating better produce prices, exporting grapes, or linking directly with urban retailers were celebrated, and rightly so. Yet, quietly away from the headlines, another business model took across hundreds of small FPOs, one that proved critical for their survival even when produce marketing was volatile and uncertain. This was the model of collective input procurement. The simple but powerful idea that farmers could band together to purchase seeds, fertilizers, pesticides, animal feed, and basic farming implements in bulk and distribute them to members at fair prices. For many small FPOs, particularly those without strong market linkages or access to processing infrastructure, input supply became a steady and dependable business. The economics were straightforward. By negotiating directly with manufacturers or large distributors, FPOs could secure wholesale rates, avoid multiple layers of commissions, and pass on a portion of the savings to their members while retaining a modest margin to cover administrative costs. The impact, though often modest in absolute terms, was significant for smallholder farmers. From the study reports, it was found that members of input supplying FPOs saved between 8 to 12% on their input cost compared to buying individually from village retailers. In crops like paddy and vegetables, where input cost can account for 25 to 30% of total cultivation expenses, even such savings made a meaningful difference to net incomes. Beyond direct economic benefits, collective input procurement built early trust between farmers and their organizations. For many members, the first tangible service they received from their FPO was not better produce price but cheaper, timely, and reliable access to inputs, often delivered at their village or a nearby cluster point. This practical everyday service helped shift FPOs in members' minds from being theoretical institutions to becoming trusted partners in their farming lives. The model also strengthened FPO cash flows. Unlike output aggregation, which often involved payment delays and quality disputes, input sales provided immediate revenues. Many FPOs operated on a simple system: advance collection of orders from members, pooled purchase from suppliers, and distribution with a small service fee. Some even introduced basic credit systems allowing members to pay in installments during the season, through the though this carried its own risk. However, collective input supply was not without challenges. Managing inventory efficiently, negotiating supplier credit terms, maintaining quality standards, especially in seeds and fertilizers, and ensuring transparency in pricing required managerial discipline. Cases were not rare where poor procurement practices or delayed payments to suppliers damaged the reputation and financial health of an FPO. Moreover, competition from entrenched village level input dealers who often extended informal credit and had strong personal relationship with farmers made it difficult for FPOs to scale input businesses beyond a core group of committed members. A field survey in Madhya Pradesh found that less than 40% of FPO members regularly procured inputs through their collectives, while others continuing to rely partly or fully on traditional suppliers. Still, despite these hurdles, collective input procurement emerged as a critical and stable pillar for many FPOs. It provided cash flow, strengthened internal cohesion, built basic operational systems, and offered a modest but consistent source of surplus income for reinvestment into other activities. While input supply may have lacked the glamour of export deals or branded retail sales, it embodied a deeper truth about the early FPO journey. Sustainability often grows quietly, though through steady, service oriented work long before big markets are conquered. Thank you.